It's the end of the day with Ray. Hello, my friends. Well, folks, if you look on that gigantic, sharp, interactive board, you're going to see the article that I published on LinkedIn. I wanted to get this article out there for those friends of mine that sell supply and service spread equipment, well, so they could read it on their way to the desert. A lot of folks were going to the desert, the oasis in the desert. Of course, I described that meeting as a mirage, because I think when you get there, you find out the oasis is a dry water hole and you die of thirst. But I wanted to write an article because we're hearing rumblings coming out of the desert about a new ERP to replace ECI Automate. And ladies and gentlemen, I got to tell you, and I put it in this article, and I hope y'all will take the time to read it. It's a long article, but there's a lot to talk about. But I really question the ability of Acumatica to do due diligence. I really question it big time. I mean, how would anybody that wants to replace ECI Automate want to get involved with the people that oversaw the greatest disaster of an ERP in our industry's history? A product called Forza was a complete disaster. It fell flat in the hands of MWAI. It was gobbled up by Konica Minolta. Neither Konica Minolta or MWAI could gain any momentum because I don't believe they had a business plan. I believe what they had was an emotional-based plan, not a business plan. They were trying to go after the emotions of the industry on an ERP system, on a legacy system that's been around forever. Let's get everybody emotionally to believe that there's something better. There's a better way. We don't have to prove it. We just have to be able to talk about it. And our industry is so starved for something new that they will literally jump off a cliff into fantasy world if our talk track's good enough. And I think that needs to end. I think as people present to dealers opportunities, whether they're software opportunities, OEM opportunities, I think the dealer community have to say, I don't give a shit about your PowerPoint. Show me the Excel spreadsheet with all your numbers. If it's a new software company, I don't really care about your mission statement. I care about your debt ceiling. I care about your debt load now. What happens when your lenders pull the plug? That's what I care about. Ladies and gentlemen, our industry needs to hold accountable these fantasy opportunities, because they are fantasy opportunities until they have a proven proof of concept. And at the end of the day, we would all admit, if we look back on this, when did Forza actually really have a proof of concept? Did they ever? Wasn't it always about, we're going to get there, we're going to do this, we're going to do that, we're going to do this, we're going to do that? Okay, that's coming next year, that's coming next week. Ladies and gentlemen, our industry needs more accountability, and I'm hoping this article motivated the ex-CEO of MWAI to come on the end of the day with Ray and share some thoughts with the industry based in reality. I'm hoping it motivated the ex-CEO of Konica Minolta USA to come on the end of the day with Ray and share some reality about the acquisition of Forza. And maybe, well, the ex-CEO of Konica Minolta's on the gigantic, sharp, interactive board, we could talk about all covered. We talk about the strategy of buying all covered and then buying up all those other IT assets and piling them all up on top of each other. Maybe he's got some insight on why Konica Minolta today is the worst financially performing OEM in our history. They're worse. They're the worst ones. Why is that? Maybe those two gentlemen know the CEO of Visual Edge IT and they can bring him on the gigantic, sharp, interactive board. And we could talk about a mega dealer that's running around doing what? Buying up copier dealers, buying up copier dealers. Haven't done that in a while, right? Trying to turn it into an IT services company. Maybe the CEO, the ex-CEO of Konica Minolta USA could share some wisdom with the CEO of Visual Edge IT as to why that's not working. Because obviously it's not working. Ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the day, if the industry doesn't have accountability, it's going to live in fantasy until everybody wakes up in a nightmare. And I think the days of waking up in a nightmare should end. We should demand more. I want to end this episode the way I ended that article. I urge all to remember the nonsense of the past when the present feels so familiar. Deja vu is your mind warning you not to repeat what you already witnessed. In closing, During all industry disruptions, remember what history has taught you about the medicine man, also referred to as the charlatan, the one who showed up with a wagon full of cures for the pains of a changing world. However, the medicine man always left town before the cure was proven useless to avoid seeing the poor suckers who died. Reality is where one will seek delusion or comprehension. When reality is looking you right in the eye, you can seek delusion. You could seek an alternative reality that keeps you comfortable. Or you could look at reality straight in the eye and you could seek to comprehend its challenges. You could seek to comprehend how to mitigate those challenges. You could seek to challenge those challenges. Because, ladies and gentlemen, everybody that watches me knows this. Status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck there, and I'll see you all tomorrow.